What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Oh, that's pretty low latency. That's pretty low latency. Oh, that's what it does? Oh, that's kind of annoying. Why is it not working on YouTube? Oh, there we go, it's working. We're good. I gotta redo my fucking alert box now. Should be good and should be good to test it. Oh, I know why it's doing it. Hang on, what if I think? Can I change the size of this? That's fine. There we go. Why is it all wonky? Oh, hang on, I know how to fix it. Hang on. Let's do... Huh? Well, I tried. I wasn't using subs. I was using just super chats. Yeah, just super chats and members. That's a default one. Oh, that's not what I want. That looks fine to me. You get the point across with that. Fucking Christ. People on fucking Twitch are retarded. Like they really fucking are, dude. Like, are you serious? Because I got an argument with you about a fucking timer in this game on the fucking queue, and you think you're right. You're like, okay, you're gonna be fucking a petty little bitch and just fucking report my fucking stream, get me fucking suspended, make me fucking appeal it, and fuck up my OBS. Oh my fucking Christ, that pisses me off. For no fucking reason, all because you're wrong. All because you're wrong, and all because you want to fucking rage bait. Fucking Christ.
Greetings. If you
So fucking retarded. And you wonder why no one wants to fucking stream anymore. And everyone wonders why fucking Twitch is dying. Cause of shit like this. The small creators like myself, guess what? We can't fucking get a lot of people. And the people we do get are fucking scum. So fucking scummy, dude. All because you lost a fucking argument. I think I might be done streaming on fucking Twitch. It's retarded. Fucking stupid.
From Pearl Yates. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the final character, Marizu. For those of you who do not know, the final character, Marizu, is less than 20 days away. I believe at the time you're watching this, it's about 17, but regardless, 20 days away, new character, first time since the launch of Tekken 8. A lot of people are excited. Some people are skeptical because we've seen the pole dancing, we've seen the projectiles, the abilities, two things that we don't like about Tekken 8. And I also think that's going to factor a lot
What projectile?
into this
She doesn't have a
conversation of what we're going
projectile.
to talk about. So first, before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to the great King J. He is currently hanging out with the Koreans and he is doing in-person interview. And the video that really caught my attention was Ask the Pros, do you like the new Tekken 8 character Marizu? Now, what Nee said in this is wild, but I do want to go through and break down. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the final character, Marizu. For those of you who do not know, the final character, Marizu, is less than 20 days away. I believe at the time you're watching this, it's about 17, but regardless, 20 days away, new character, first time since the launch of Tekken 8. A lot of people are excited. Some people are skeptical because we've seen the pole dancing, we've seen the projectiles, the abilities, two things that we don't like about Tekken 8. And I also think that's going to factor a lot into this conversation of what we're going to talk about. So first, before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to the great King J. He is currently hanging out with the Koreans and he is doing in-person interview. And the video that really caught my attention was Ask the Pros, do you like the new Tekken 8 character Marizu? Now, what Nee said in this is wild, but I do want to go through and break down just a little bit of what some of the other people said as well, because I think the discussion around this character is super interesting and it's also at a critical level when you talk about how people feel about the game. A lot of people are starting to have fun with Tekken 8, a lot of people are starting to get over the Season 2 backlash, but they have a potential with Marizu to trigger it all again. That's kind of what we've been saying with Sakura, with Armor King. People are a little bit skeptical about the direction and the game getting better. Right, they're listening, it's improving. Season 1 was the same exact thing and then it all fell apart with Season 2. So players are feeling that same type of threat with Season 2, that something will break the game next.
I think all the players hate her for sure. Me, I never think about design, but she's really strong. Only think about the competition.
So Osan is thinking about it from a pro player sense, right? He's not thinking about the design, the skin, the ogre. He's thinking about the tournament viability. And he's saying just from the trailer alone, she looks strong. We have three other new characters in Tekken 8, Azazina, Reina, and Victor. And Victor is the strongest out of the three when you talk about competitiveness. We saw Farzine basically be a Victor main since the game came out. So if Marizu was on the level of Victor or stronger, I think it would be a problem. But on Victor's level, it's pretty reasonable. Weaker on the level of Reina and Azazina, I think some players might be disappointed. But also, I don't know, because Armor King and Fakaram is closer than a Reina Azazina than they are Victor.
My very first secondary, I should say. I'm gonna play her like it's no other.
She might be good, she might be crazy, I don't know, but I'm gonna try her out.
You can see here with Trill where he's a little bit skeptical of how powerful she will be and what she will bring in terms of gameplay. And this is what a lot of people feel about the character. Like, they're kind of excited, but they're a little hesitant at the same time. Huge definitely represents a large chunk of the player base.
Not interesting for me to play her. The hitbox and the hurtbox when I see the combo in the trailer is quite weird. Right now, everyone knows that she has like the ogre power, but I think that's gonna be some broken thing that people is gonna hate, like Safina.
So Book is looking at it from a different perspective as well, right? Evasion is something we talk about a lot with Tekken, and you know, Xiaoyu, Yoshimitsu, you know, there's certain characters who dip more into evasion than others, but when Marizu stands on that pole, when she breaks your throw, jumps away, land on the wall, and then jumps back, people are just trying to figure out how a lot of these things are going to work, because we literally never seen something like that before. I am very interested to see what her hitbox is like in the neutral when she starts trying to get on that pole and spin around and do stuff. Will you be afraid to engage? and that allows her this huge advantage, or will you be able to hit her off if she has a huge hitbox?
To be honest, I was a little disappointed when they announced Mirzu because I thought they would be more true to the original like ogre character, but they made such a kind of different feeling to it that it kind of just didn't feel right.
This is when Edge really starts talking about the ogre connection, right? Something feels off. You know, Harada said there's multiple ogres. The developers were just playing around with our minds, and now actually seeing Marizu, this like fun, loving, joyful female character with a reborn ogre spirit inside of her, it's just like kind of a weird thing. The concept as it currently stands could go either very right and could be one of the best additions to Tekken, or it could be something that is like really like disliked, and then in the next Tekken it doesn't make an appearance at all, because you know that's how things happened in the past, where the developers tried something, it didn't work, and then in the next game you don't hear anything from it again. Okay, so now we're at the point where we will be reacting to Knee. If you want to see the other reactions, go to King J's video and watch the full thing, but what I really want to talk about is what Knee says, so I'll let that play and then we'll break it down.
Mirzu? Yeah. Shit. Really shit. This is bullshit. Ogre is ogre. But so this is, I think, marketing. I feel.
So the first part of what Knee says there is that, first off, he doesn't like the character. He thinks the character is trash. But then the second part, he says the connection to ogre aspect is probably marketing. And what he means by that is they know we love ogre, they know we love Tekken 3, and in order to make us immediately love this character, connect her to ogre. Now watch what Knee says next.
I feel not Tekken. Maybe Bandai Namco worried if she's not popular. So I think into the story.
He basically says that, and he could be wrong, right? But I think
it is hard to.
Your hope gone with the breeze.
Came from Gamma's.
Cut down. Face the wind.
What I'm going to show you next kind of shows that maybe he is right. But Knee was basically saying that the Tekken developers probably worried that Marizu would be received well. And the reason why I believe this, and the reason why I'm making a video about this, is one, I have something to show you, but then two, she is a weapon, projectile, energy, ability using type character. We know that Tekken developers take about 2-3 years to cook, to develop, right? And at the start of her like foundation of what she was going to be, you know, you could talk about the Clive problem, you could talk about the Anna problem. Those two characters really ignited this we hate weapon user argument. Yes, it always existed kind of with Yoshimitsu's poison breath, low unblockable, but Yoshimitsu in previous games especially did a better job of feeling more balanced. Even in Tekken 7, Negan with his bat had way more range than Yoshimitsu. But then here comes Tekken 8 and you have Victor, you have Devil Jin's Chain, you have Jun Kazama Light. And this is what really created this sense of like these weapon users and their infinite range is annoying. And like I said, the lid flew open with Clive and Anna. And I can see the developers panicking at the start of Season 2 and trying to overhaul this character to make sure that that doesn't happen with her. Now the reason why I say that this is probably true is because I have two tweets. You have this one here where I was basically talking about the reveal of Season 2 Anna, right? And you can see at the bottom that this is a note from the developers. Note, the colors are hints at the character, and this has basically ignited this whole thing where we were trying to guess which color is what character and how it would all add up. For the character Marizu, the final character, you can see it has this kind of teal-like color. A little bit later, Harada, and this is June 14th, this is after Season 2 Backlash. This is after Anna is swinging that rocket around and shooting missiles. Someone asks if they can share more details about the final character, and Harada says, we're currently in production, so I cannot reveal any details. One thing that I can say is that after announcing the original character slot for this new character, we made several detail changes, and as a result, the default image costume color no longer is green or turquoise, at least at this point. Now, what's interesting about this as well is that the final color did end up matching this silhouette, but the fact that he said this, you know, after, like immediately after the Season 2 Backlash, they were tweaking Marizu based off of Anna's backlash. And Nee saying that she's not a, real Tekken character is very spot on, because when people look at her, she is not Tekken, she is Tekken 8. A weapon, ability, jumping around, evasion. We can just see the difference in the way that they designed Falkenraum and Armor King, that they are definitely changing these characters based on the backlash. So for Marizu, the next weapon user to be added to this game, for her to be grouped together with Ogre to sell her and package her better, because you gotta admit, if the Ogre aspect wasn't there, a lot of people really would not be interested. So they probably combine those two things together to market her better, but then also I would imagine they are really trying to pay attention to her range, her abilities, to make sure it doesn't turn out like another Anna, because you saw Ulsan was already looking at it and saying, yeah, she looks competitively viable, really viable. Let me know what you guys think. We're less than 20 days away. Do you think that Nee is kind of spot on with this, or do you think that he's not?
When I start shooting, all y'all gonna clear out.
Bro, I don't know if it's you guys, but someone out there is a hater. Y'all be hating. Y'all won't even let someone celebrate their accomplishments without saying, like, lol, you play Yoshi, you can't do this, that, you can't do this. And I'm like, bro, how did we become this way? Where we are just hating on any accomplishments that anyone else makes. Oh, this person did something, let me think of something to just downplay and gatekeep and just to try to rain on this guy's parade. Like, you could tell, bro. But look, funny enough, Main Man Sweet made this video about ranks, and he was talking about the rank inflation. And I watched this, right? I already seen it. Hold on, before we get to that though, anyone who tells you there's rank inflation in Tekken 8 doesn't know what they're talking about. In Tekken 7, I reached 10 Omegas max rank with a win rate of 2/3, and in Tekken 3 with 3/4 or even more. And the best I reach consistently, top 10 in the world leaderboards, is God 4. You have these pro players who stream all day and they just go back and forth between like God 2 and 3. I don't know what's so brutal about the point distribution or something to make it that way.
And I don't know what game they played, because Fujin and Takasama was
So look, he's talking about rank in Tekken 7, Fujin ranks, blue ranks. When I was in blue ranks in Tekken 7, it was a real challenge. I felt like I was playing real Tekken. Seeing how much I know now and punishing this and movement that and throw breaks this, I don't know, maybe Main Man's right. Maybe I was really in blue ranks playing like a complete moron, and maybe blue ranks has always been that way. When I look at blue ranks now, they're not throw breaking, they're not doing this, they're not doing. The only difference though is that when I was in blue ranks, I had a better understanding of the mechanics. When I look at blue ranks today, those guys don't know how to use heat. If I was a blue rank, I feel like I would know how to use heat, because I knew how to use rage drive.
even Tekken God Prime was not that difficult to reach in Tekken 7. A 30 defense Chipmunk Lucky Chloe could become Tekken God Prime.
When a broken DLC character came out, people were able to get God Prime really easy. Now, you can't do that. These animes are trapped, even with Anna. Same thing with Haran. Look at this. You guys suck. Oh my god. Notice the 5% battle roller. Look at this now. 7.4% is back in battle roller.
Big win streak bonuses up until, I believe, Bushin.
And I remember when I was talking about how these are the reason that the ranks are inflated, everyone was like, no, that's not the reason ranks are inflated. The reason why people are getting higher ranks is because the pros are now in the God 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 ranks. And I'm like, no, idiot, that's not how it works. Like, the ranks are inflated because they're giving you guys 3,000 extra points for no reason. Bro, what? Promote 5 ranks in 14 matches, 10,000 points for every 2 matches after bonus multiplier kicked in. So you can see here, fresh account, only 14 wins and 14 battles. And you can see with that alone, bro is already in blue.
Right.
And you can see the last match that bro won, he got 6,000 points for it. That's so gold player ranks are not smurfing. That's not true. Look at how many supreme ranks there are. Look at how many God of Destruction. How many of these 10 million matches do you think is smurfs? They changed the rank system because they want to inflate everyone's ego. All of the competitive ranked games do the same thing. If we had Marvel Rivals and Smite charts, we can overlay it with Tekken and it would look the same. And that's because all of the games are doing it for the same reason. And it's not because of smurfs, it's because they want to reward the player for nothing. So they can...
I'm doing it right now.
Yep.
Oh! Assassin class.
Shit!
Duelist. I might go duelist.
play more.
Situation where there's absolutely an artificial boost that the game gives you because the devs want a lot of people to be in blue ranks and up until Bushin.
Why do they want people to be in blue ranks? Because they know Tekken usually blue ranks are valued. The developers tried to put people into that valued section, but now we're saying blue ranks aren't valued anymore. And I know no one wants to, say that like they're carried. No one wants to admit that like if it wasn't for what the developers did to Tekken 8, they would be sitting back in red ranks. If they didn't do what they did, I probably would not have died. I probably would have Tekken King, right? Okay, but we can't sit here and cope about it. Not if we want it to be fixed. Who wants it to be fixed? Who wants rank inflation to be fixed? Look, we're all sitting here talking about some rank inflation sucks. They ruined the game. Who wants to go back to the red ranks? Let me get a show of hands. Anyone? Anyone?
But then the other side of a coin is that once you've hit Bushin and you're gonna hit Tekken King, here you start hitting the hardest plateau you will ever hit in Tekken. Because now all of that artificial point gain is lost.
They know that they're starting to lose now. They know that they're not climbing through the ranks like they once were. And they start to figure out like why. Like I was winning and now I'm not. I was, but see, here's the thing, you weren't winning. You weren't winning. The game was just telling you you were winning. You look at your stats and you lose the majority of your matches. The thing is that you still rank up even though that's the case. You can have a like 40% win rate. You can have a negative KD and still get promoted in this game, right? So you think that you're winning the majority of your matches, but really you're getting bodied, bro. If we were to pull up a blue rank player's win-loss ratio, I guarantee you got like 2,000 losses and like 1,000 wins, and yet you're like Bushin. Like that's the thing. It's like this game doesn't punish you for losing, so it gives these people this mindset that they're like really ranking up. They're really good, but then all of a sudden when they hit Bushin, they hit a brick wall, and then what that does is they start to try to figure out why. It's the natural like human thing. It's like I was doing this thing, it's not working. Why? But the issue with that is that they start to blame balancing. Yes, balancing for this game is terrible, but you are not stuck in blue ranks because of balancing. People use balancing as an escape. Oh, if my character was stronger, that's the number one thing people say, my character is stronger. People also say if the other characters were weaker, if the heat system, oh, if power crushes, oh, if this. This is why you see blue rank players being hungry for balance because they think it's why they're stuck. And this is the problem with what the developers did. It's like the developers tricked all you guys into thinking that you're good. And then once they took away your bonus points, now you guys are like complaining about like no longer progressing. And the truth is that you weren't progressing. It sucks that it's this way because now you guys are going to face the hard reality. And this is what I say about blue ranks and Tekken King, that transition. You really need to understand the game. You need to do everything in your power to really cook. And if you don't, bro, you're not progressing. You're not. Like when I see blue rank players not use heat, I tell you guys, and I say it all the time, very repetitively. I'm saying the blue rank players, they're not using heat. Look at this match, they're not using heat. You look at, they're not using heat. The reason why I say that is because, bro, you're not gonna beat me if you're not using heat. If you are not popping heat, if you're not doing heat smashes, if you're not defensively using heat, you're not getting out of blue ranks. You're not. Because in my rank, bro, people will smoke
10K.
Heat is bro, everyone literally complains about heat. I could go on Twitter right now, refresh the feed, and someone's probably complaining about heat. It's the most busted thing to ever exist in Tekken, yet the blue rank players don't use it. This is my point. It's like blue rank players think they're so good at the game, they don't even use the best thing in the game. It's crazy. you guys are not making it out of blue ranks without using. I won't let you. I will not let you. I will physically hold you down there myself with heat smash mix-ups, with plus frames, with heat activations to break your pressure. You're not doing it, bro. And when I look at blue ranks game, I've been looking at blue ranks gameplay for over a year, and I see the same flaws everywhere. They all do it. Moon Spawn kept them on all. I'm about to smurf. I'm about to create 1,000 bot accounts like low tier god, and I'm just gonna camp in the Tekken teams.
Now you have to actually win a lot. You need a decent win-loss ratio to get through in these ranks. Now rank it significantly harder for that reason. Artificial point gain is down the toilet now.
When I say this, I know people will get offended. I know people will get butthurt. But the people who don't get butthurt, the people who don't get offended, and they just take the knowledge, bro, you're gonna be up here with me, God Instruction, God Supreme, popping off too. If you wanna be a little crybaby and get butthurt, enjoy blue ranks forever. I'm being honest, bro. You can watch all of the tutorials, you can watch all of the how to beat this character. If you are not using heat, and if you were complaining about balance when you lose, you're not winning. Simple as that, bro. You're not. Accept your loss, understand that it's your fault, figure out what you can do to get better, which is use heat. That's the easiest thing, bro. Easiest thing. We're not even talking about punishing, breaking throws, playing defense. We're just talking about heat. Once we get past that point, once I start seeing blue ranks use heat, then we can talk about other things. But nah, bro. The problem here is prowess. No, it's not. There's no. We're not about to blame them. Look, bro. Look, this was supposed to be a simple reaction to this main man video, and you guys are coping hard. There is no prowess matchmaking. There is no smurf problem. Nah, bro. It's just you and me. Nothing else matters, bro. You think when I was in rank, bro, I was looking at this and I was thinking about that? And no, bro. I'm thinking, who's my next opponent? If they have a higher prowess than you, or if the prowess is different, then get good. Get better. I ain't blaming none of my losses on prowess.
As a direct.
Godzilla was first created in 1954 as a metaphor for the atomic bomb, a hulking monster capable of destruction on a nuclear scale. It left a huge impression on audiences and changed the face of monster movies forever. In 1965, a new kaiju movie would release, adding a new titan of destruction to film history, Gamera. Starting off as a beast of chaos, it would later evolve into a guardian of Earth and savior of children. Through each era, these titans have changed, starting off as bringers of destruction, then saviors of the planet, then anti-heroes. Like brothers, they've accompanied each other throughout history and have both garnered huge fan bases. It's no surprise that fans have wanted these two monsters to face off against one another. And despite numerous attempts to propose a Godzilla vs. Gamera movie, this unfortunately never came into fruition. Still, that rivalry has lived rent-free in the minds of fans for decades. Countless fan films, artwork, and even fake posters have imagined what such a showdown might look like. It's one of those what-if battles that defines the kaiju fandom, right up there with Godzilla vs. Kong, which makes it even more disappointing that it just never happened. That is, until now, because Gamera is being added to the kaiju fighting game Giga Bash. That means Godzilla fans can now face the two monsters against one another and see who comes out on top. I'm your host Alistair, and welcome to Dangerville. Before we dive more into the news, be sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button. With the new Monarch trailer having just released, there's tons more monster content on the way. Giga Bash, from Malaysian studio Passion Republic Games, was released back in 2022, with an array of original monsters. And honestly, it was a blast. I had so many great nights playing it with my friends. The team at Passion Republic Games have always been huge kaiju fans themselves, which really shows in the game's design, from the building destruction physics to the way each monster feels unique. It's a love letter for the genre. They've nailed that balance of being goofy and over the top while still treating these titans with genuine respect. but I always said from the beginning, it would be a perfect platform to see classic Godzilla monsters added as DLC. And that day would come in December 2022, with the release of the Godzilla DLC pack, adding Gigan, Destroyer, Kiryu, and of course, the G-Man, meaning we could play as the King of the Monsters in a game for the first time since 2014, and it's just as epic as we had hoped. More classic kaiju would come in the Nemesis pack with Ghidorah and Hedorah, and the game would even get its first crossover with Ultraman, meaning you could face classic Godzilla monsters against another iconic tokusatsu series. And now, the time has come for another classic series to be added to the game, and this time, it's huge. I'm of course talking about Gamera, more specifically, the iteration from Gamera Rebirth, which is actually one of my favorites. For those that don't remember, Gamera Rebirth released to Netflix back in 2023. It was a modern anime reboot of the classic kaiju hero, bringing the giant turtle back for a new generation.
What's this?
Well, we have some very important updates that we need to get to today because
From a young age, I told myself I wouldn't be caught dead in a toxic or abusive relationship.
Well, we have some very important updates that we need to get to today because over the past several days, I've done many videos talking about relief and stimulus checks and these tariff dividend rebates that President Trump has been promising. But one of the questions I received so many times is when exactly is this coming? I want to be very clear on something. We are going to see, especially over the next about month and a half, it's still going to be very frustrating to the US consumers because prices are still going to be high. They will still be elevated, and a lot of the relief that is coming, we won't see it until 2026. I want to show you a few things, okay? First off, you likely will be using your credit card or buy now, pay later, especially over the next about 5 weeks, because we are going into Thanksgiving, which means, well, yeah, you know it, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, people will be spending their money. Their hard-earned money will be going out faster than it's coming in. So people will likely be using credit cards. Look at this. It says rising credit card debt signals growing stress for US households. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot in the comment section is people are using credit cards not just for purchasing goods like clothes and different appliances for emergencies. People are using credit cards just to get by. They're buying food, they're paying their utility bills, they're using their credit cards as a crutch. And I understand it, but at the same time, it's going to put you in a very stressful situation here very soon. But look at this. If you think that's bad, look at this one right here. It says half of shoppers are relying on buy now, pay later this holiday season. More and more people are using buy now, pay later because their credit cards have been maxed out. But here's the thing. The Trump administration has different plans. They are going back to certain countries to try to negotiate a tariff. Okay? We just saw this today. Okay, look at this one right here. This just came out today. It says US and Switzerland reached trade deal to lower tariffs to 15%. Okay, that's pretty good. We're at 15% now. But here's the thing. When are we going to see this? Tariffs are going to go down to 15%, but when is this going to happen? Here's the thing. If the United States or people here in the US already purchased an item from Switzerland, came in, okay, great. But the problem is, it's probably been on the shelves, it's probably been sitting in a warehouse for the last couple of months. For most big stores like Walmart, Costco, Amazon, Target, all those stores, they bring in all their inventory probably about August to September, especially the stuff they're planning on selling for Q4. They bring it in months in advance and it sits there in the warehouse, which means they've already paid the tariff, which means the prices are not going to go down until they bring in the new shipment, which means it's probably not going to be until sometime in 2026, most likely January and February. So, just understand, you will be paying more temporarily, but prices will go down. The Trump administration has made it very clear they are doing all that they can to bring prices back down, but it means they have to go back to these countries and renegotiate the tariffs. That's a big one. Look at this right here. And again, this is interesting. But what we see right about this time is workers try to go and get a holiday job, a seasonal job, go and make a little bit extra money. Well, look at this. It says workers turn to polyworking to combat frozen salaries and inflation. Now, I thought that was interesting. The reason why this is interesting, and if you don't know what polyworking is, it's simply where you get multiple jobs. You usually have one main job and then you have a bunch of smaller jobs that will put more money into your bank account. So it kind of just increases your salary. Yes, you're working more hours, but at the same time, you're making more money.
You gosh.
What I thought was interesting though, is this is something people normally do during the holiday season. They go and get a part-time job. I talked to a guy just the other day. He's working a part-time job, helping out at a school. Great. He says it's not something that he has to work, but he does it because he wants to make a little bit extra money. Perfect. But here's the thing. People aren't just doing this during the holiday season. This is not to them a temporary job. This to them is a way of life because they cannot live if they do not have this additional income. That's where we're at. And so right now what you're seeing is many stores are not hiring the amount of people that they used to hire like last year and 4 years ago, even 10 years ago. We would hire thousands and thousands of additional seasonal employees. Now, not so much.
Of the history of this place, but I've never seen Scribe Francis I. Greetings, wizard. Avalon is a wondrous place. I have
Enemy battleship sunk.
Be still, my beating heart. A wizard
But
come to save us.
here's where things are going to go. And I've already shown you a little bit of this, but it says buy now, pay later options are expected to increase the holiday shopping. We see companies like Affirm and Klarna, and these companies, these are the buy now, pay later companies, and there's others out there. But we are expecting people to go and use these in order to maximize the amount that they can actually purchase. So with that said, I think we see higher sales this calendar year than we did last year, which is going to be impressive. But the problem may come after that. The couple months after, where we see some of these buy now, pay later companies, well, maybe they aren't getting paid. They're not getting their money back. Some of these credit card companies, we could see their payments go into default. That's what many people are expecting at this time. So I just wanted to share this with you because right now there's a lot of people asking, well, what's coming? When is the relief going to be here? The relief isn't probably going to be here until January or February when it comes to the relief from prices as far as like tariff relief. But then it brings up the next question. Okay, well, if that can't come, then what about President Trump's proposal? The $2,000 tariff rebate checks. Well, here's the thing. That would be the fastest way to provide relief, is to pass a bill that includes these $2,000 checks to the American people. Any way to put cash into the American people's hand, that would be the fastest way to provide relief. But here's the problem. According to many reports, Republicans who again are pushing this, they don't want to pass this too early, because if they pass it now in 2025, let's say by some miraculous, some miracle, they're able to get it done and work a deal with a bipartisan deal with Democrats, that bill would pass in 2025. The checks would come out in 2025. we are a year away from the upcoming midterm election. So for a political standpoint, it doesn't make sense as far as a campaign promise to go and pass a relief check a year early, because how many people are going to remember that in a year? That's where we're at, is that some are saying that nope, this can't be passed now because we need to hold it so that we can pass it sometime in 2026, so that we can say, hey, look what we got you just a few months ago. That right there is what many say is a problem, because now not only are we trying to provide relief to millions of households, but we're also trying to play this political game to try to win more seats in the upcoming election. So it's frustrating to say the least, but at least you understand where we're at. There's a chance we see this $2,000 relief check come at some point. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like, who's going to get it, or when it's coming, but they say it is.
Hims makes hair regrowth simple. As simple as popping a daily chew. Through Hims, you can...
What's up, everybody? Man, back. Welcome to a brand new video. And today we are diving on into Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2's first trailer. The Monsterverse is back in a big way, with the first explosive trailer for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 being released, promising insane Titan action, a new monstrous villain coming from the sea, potential global chaos, and Kong going on a rampage. So today let's go through the 63 things you may have missed in the new Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 trailer.
Bro.
Oh, this is What are these questions? What's the meaning of life? According to me, I think that's sort of something you realize once you get older and then you die. I'm starting to realize that more and more, but you have no clue when you're in your 20s, insecure most of the time. And then 30s, you start getting the hang of it. And when I feel like 40, I'm like, now I'm really starting to understand life. And then I'm going to die. Your teenage years are going to be riddled with anxiety, pretty much for 99% of people out there. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And you're gonna feel judged by your peers at all times. You're gonna